Controversy now surrounding the winner of this year's Kentucky Derby. That horse, Medina Spirit, failing a post-race drug test, putting the victory in serious question and leading Churchill Downs to take action against legendary trainer Bob Baffert. Quote, given the seriousness of the alleged offense, Churchill Downs will immediately suspend Bob Baffert, the trainer of Medina Spirit, from entering any horses at Churchill Downs racetrack. To be clear, if the findings are upheld, Medina Spirit's results in the Kentucky Derby will be invalidated and Mandolin will be declared the winner. Bob Baffert joins us now. Welcome, sir.
Morning, Bob.
Good morning.
Yeah, you've been in the news all weekend. I've watched a lot of your interviews, read all the transcripts. Are you adamant that you had nothing to do with it? Are you adamant that it did not happen?
Oh, This did not have. That horse has never been treated with that, and it's a legal therapeutic medicine, and the amount that was in it wouldn't have any effect on the horse anyway. But that horse was never treated with that, and so that's the disturbing part of it. But I cannot believe I never thought I'd have to be fighting for my reputation and this poor horse's reputation because of the new regulations. The regulators have put. They're testing these horses at contaminated levels, and it's been a horrible experience.
So, Bob, just at the beginning of that answer, you were about to say it did not happen. Is that what you were about to say?
It did not happen, and that's the really seriously troubling part of it. And I'm hiring investigators, but sometimes you never find out, and it's just a tragedy what's happening in this race.
Do you think that the result was maybe a false positive?
Well, we're hoping. We're going to do DNA testing. Sometimes they can be, they have the wrong testing or whatever. But, Dana, what's happening is they're testing at these picogram levels. America doesn't know about picogram. It's like a salt grain in an Olympic-sized pool. And he had 21 picograms, which has no effect at all anyway. It's a legal drug, but the thing is, a few years ago, this would have never been called. In California, they would never call this a positive. They shouldn't have called it a positive. We live in a new world now. These horses don't live in a bubble. They're in an open farm. People are touching them. He went from the Derby. After the Derby, everybody's up there touching them. I mean, there's so many ways these horses could get contaminated. And when they're testing at these really ridiculously low levels, and I've been saying it for over a year now, this is going to get innocent people in trouble, and this is what's happened now.
Bob, what recourse do you have, or how do you go about to try to prove your innocence?
Well, we're going to just fight this. It's happened before. It happened with Justify, the Triple Crown winner. Same thing. He ingested a Jimson weed, and we had to go through there's a process. We went through it. And we finally resolved that. We resolved some in Arkansas. It's been happening a lot. It happens, but you don't hear about it because it happened to Bob Baffert. You hear about it, but this is a problem that's been ongoing. And they have this new horse racing integrity law that just got passed. And hopefully, and I was one of the first. I got behind it. And if somebody like that, when they look at it, they can see, hey, wait a minute, there's something not right here. And something in racing, racing has a problem, but Bob Baffert is not the problem.
Bob, this isn't something you bury in the diet of the horse. This has to be injected into the joints. It's a steroid, an anti-inflammatory. It would mask, essentially, the amount of physical exertion the horse is exhibiting on the track and help the horse, him or her, to run faster. But you've had 5 horses from the Baffert barn in the last year to fail a drug test. Now, what would explain that?
But they were all resolved. They were contamination, and we have to fight this. And for some reason, that is the problem right there. And people in the public don't understand. People in my world, they understand this is all BS. And unfortunately, it happened to Bob Baffert's not stupid. That's not a drug that I would use on a horse. We don't use that horse. We don't use that drug. The horse never had it in him. And we have the documentation. We're going to show everything.
Oh.
Will you run Medina Spirit this weekend in the Preakness? I know you've said that, but they're going to have a meeting tomorrow down there at that race.
No, actually, they're on their way right now. They're in a van. They should arrive this afternoon, and we're definitely planning on running them. I'm going to run 2 horses.
Okay, Bob, here's my understanding. They were going to have the draw today for the Preakness, and they've kicked it back until tomorrow. You have another review. Those results may not be available for several weeks. So the Preakness goes down this weekend. The Belmont is here in New York 4 weeks from now. I don't know if we have final results even before the Belmont is done, but your plan is to race in the Preakness. Is there a chance they may punt and not allow Medina Spirit to run this weekend?
Well, I haven't heard anything officially. They haven't told me anything. I know when Churchill Downs came out with that statement, that was pretty harsh. And I think they had to just, it's with all the noise going out, we live in a different world now. This America is different. And it was like a cancel culture kind of a thing. So they're reviewing it. I haven't been told anything. We're prepared to run. I can't see them
but under the rules, does your team get to review the results, or is that left with the horse officials?
No, it goes. There's a long process. There'll be a split sample, and then there'll be a hearing, and it's going to take months. This isn't done within a week, and it's a long period.
But you're here to say that Bob Baffert's team did not cheat to win the Kentucky Derby.
We did not cheat to win the Kentucky Derby.
Bob, you're a Hall of Fame trainer. Does it? I sense that you are, you want to protect and defend your legacy here. I'll give you the last word.
I want to protect my legacy. I train great horses. I've trained the best horses that have run through there. My record proves it. And this is horrible what has happened. We would never, this horse never got that medication. That's what. I can't. It's an injustice to the horse. He's a great horse. He ran hard. He deserved to win that race, and it kills me because these horses, they're like my children. And for something that happened to them like that, it's horrible. But we have to deal with it, and hopefully it'll get resolved. And I feel pretty good it's going to get resolved.
Bob, I'm just reading here. The organizers of the Preakness, the Maryland Jockey Club, say in a statement, any decision regarding the entry of Medina Spirit will be made after a review. That's the word from Maryland. We will see what they decide very soon. Bob, good luck. Thank you for your time today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Sure.
Thank you.
Bob Baffert, still there in Louisville, Churchill Downs. In the meantime, the Board